you set records in a pool? That's amazing. I'll bet it was like what? 8 feet deep in the deep end? What if your nose plug didn't work? What if another swimmer had cut into your lane? For the love of God, you could have been killed.
Welcome. You have opened the hatch with your listening device. Inside is another dimension. A dimension of weightlessness, a dimension of new sights, new sounds, new experiences. A dimension of total zen. You have entered the Decochamber. Here in the Decochamber, we are non-denominational about diving. We will talk about everything from floating in a pool to technical diving and everything before, during, and after. Feel free to send us your stories, anecdotes, or anything you would like to hear discussed. So let's secure the hatch, begin equalizing, pressurize the chamber, and have some fun.
Your schedule says that you will perform a PT test this morning. That will not be necessary. Water is where you've been called to serve. Water is where you will be tested. This will serve in place of your PTN test. This is a go, no-go exercise. You tread water for 1 hour. You touch the wall, you fail. You touch the bottom, you fail. You fail and you go home. You cannot survive in a warm pool of water, then you have no business being here. Does this class understand? Yes!
On a commuter train in the freezing rain sat another average Joe. He looked at tropical scenes and travel magazines, knew he probably never would go. And Joe had a vision, he made a decision to go down where the water's still blue. If he was gonna survive, he'd have to learn how to dive, and that's exactly what he set out to do. So he got off at his train stop, walked into a dive shop, and showed the girl the picture he'd seen, where they got steel drums a-playing and palm trees a-swaying. She said, I know just what you mean. I'm gonna teach you to dive, I'll get you certified, then I'll take you down someplace where it's warm. Then you can star on Survivor as a certified diver, but first you'll have to fill out this form. Now his friends all call him Scuba Joe. He knows the stuff that only divers know. He spends all his time down below. There's nowhere that he'd rather be. He's always hanging with his diving friends. That's where the scuba party never ends. As long as no one ever gets the bends while they live life under the sea. Joe was successful, but his job was so stressful. Vacation was long overdue. But with the scuba lessons and some therapy sessions, it looks like he might pull through. Just an average Joe who was sick of the snow. Now he's a lifetime member of Dan. He can't wait to be seeing the blue Caribbean. At least this boy has got him a plan. Now his friends all call him Scuba Joe. He knows the stuff that only divers know. He spends all his time down below. There's nowhere that he'd rather be. He's always hanging with his diving friends. That's where the scuba party never ends. As long as no one ever gets the bends while they live life under the sea. Friends all call him Scuba Joe. He's living out the songs that Buffett wrote. He doesn't want to miss miss one single note as he explores the Caribbean Sea. He's in the islands with his diving friends, and they might never come back home again. Now the party doesn't have to end, 'cause Joe is finally free. No, the story doesn't have to end, but Joe sure looks happy to me. Scuba Joe, who was sick of the snow and couldn't wait to do a tropical dive. He hopped on a cruise ship, went out on a dive trip, and had the best time of his life. But as he's diving the islands, fishing the pilings in the sun with an ice cold beer, he starts to daydream about a whole new scheme, and the plan becomes increasingly clear. See, that girl from the dive shop with the body that won't stop made his diving dreams come true. She taught him to dive and got him certified, then he went.
Decompression schedule complete. It's time to gear up and splash. See you in the water. Until next time, this is down to Decochamber.
Please note, we are not a scuba diving training facility. Diving is a serious sport that contains risks. It can be a lot of fun, but it can also kill you. Scuba diving places human beings in an environment they are not adapted to. Proper training and equipment are necessities to dive. Our discussions are meant to share diving experiences. None of our discussions should be considered scuba diver training. Our discussions will not qualify anyone to try anything we have discussed. You must be certified to dive and experienced. If you are, have fun. If you are not, get certified before you dive, and then dive with a buddy. A lot. Experience everything you learn, and do not rush your training. Do not dive outside your comfort zone or limits of your training, or try anything we talk about. The opinions presented here are those of the hosts and guests. They are not necessarily those of any sponsor or advertiser.